right.
Hey, welcome back to the Pitching Lab Pitchcast. Talk about baseball, about all the science of baseball. We focus on the players, the stories, and what makes the game great. I am joined by, and you hear me say it every week, but I'll say it again, another one of my absolute favorites, right-handed pitcher Ethan Smith, St. Joseph's College of Maine. Thank you for being on with us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
And you have, now this is always odd to me. You're a Texas guy. You have no accent.
No accent. Nope. I think it's based on my mom. My mom's from Canada, and so she has no accent.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Whereabouts?
Southside Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I like these Southside. So yeah, I know. Over the bridge. I got you.
Yep.
It's nice.
Yep.
Have you been up that way?
Some French word I can't pronounce, so I always just say Southside.
Yeah.
I know.
So you like I said, Texas guy originally, apparently Canadian guy as well.
Yeah.
Give us a little background. Tell us a little about your baseball journey, how you ended up playing college baseball.
Well, I always knew that I wanted to play college baseball at a young age. So my college that was the goal I've been working. Like that was the goal I've worked towards my entire career.
Oh wow! So you knew when you say your entire, like when you were in, when did you kind of go, this is my thing? Was it T-ball, little league, high school?
Like kid pitch. Like once like kids got on the mound, I was like, all right, this is like what I want to do.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't one of those kids though who were like, oh, I want to go to the major leagues. Like I knew college would be it. So I just did everything I could to make like college, like get to college ball.
That's some decent for a young guy. That's some decent awareness. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here you are.
Yeah, my recruiting journey probably started around freshman year. I started talking to different types of schools, like small JUCOs and stuff around Texas.
Okay. And you're from where in Texas?
Dallas area. I had an hour west of Dallas. I don't know if your viewers would know the small town I'm actually from. So
they would not.
They would not. No.
Somebody might. Maybe your brother will watch it.
All right. Yeah, I'm from a town called Weatherford, Texas. It's about 15 minutes outside west of Fort Worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you grow up? You grew up a Rangers guy?
Oh, huge Rangers fan.
Okay.
Huge Rangers fan. Hate the Astros, and I hate the Cowboys.
Well,
I just wanted to put the Cowboys thing on record because I think people would get the wrong idea. They were like, "Oh, he's from Dallas."
That's a true Texan right there. It says like, you can say what you want about me, but I don't want anybody getting the idea that I said.
No one. Do not get the wrong idea. I do not like the Cowboys at all.
But you're in that part of the state because Houston is hours away. Are you Texans?
Yeah, it's like 6 hours away. The Dallas Cowboys and the Texas Rangers Stadium's about 45 minutes from my house.
Oh, nice. Okay. Rangers I can live with. I mean, obviously now I don't like them because they're tough in the AL for the Yankees, but they're one of those teams that was always kind of cool to watch growing up and always kind of. So were you? I'm trying to think. Josh Hamilton, was that little?
Yeah, Josh Hamilton, Beltre, Elvis Andrews.
Yeah. So you were like Blaylock and those guys. They had those good teams.
Yeah.
Kinsler, I think.
Yeah. Kinsler.
That was, and it's weird. They never had the pitching. And the year they won, they kind of, they finally had some guy, but it wasn't the guys you thought it was going to be that ended up being the studs for them. So, yeah. Well, it was good to see them finally get one. I love the Yanks to get back. I
was parading around the dorm, like screaming. No, everybody else was silent. I guess all the New Englanders were like, "Oh, this guy."
They've been spoiled. Well, you and I can agree on one thing. We hate the Astros. I think that goes without saying. I think Boston fans feel the same. So, very cool. So go ahead. I know you were talking about the journey up through and how was high school pitching for you? By that point, were you a pitcher or were you still playing position?
Oh no, I played position. Like I was a position player until I got until my first freshman year spring here at St. Joe's.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I came in as
so when you say freshman year spring, did you come up for prospect camp?
No. My recruiting journey for this school is kind of unorthodox, I would say. I committed very, very late, and I had not been up to Maine until I knew I was coming here. Yeah.
Did you ever come up before, like, you set foot on campus for real?
I came up in April for a tour. Watched one game.
So you would at least see. It wasn't like you showed up and saw it for the first time and were like, had bags.
No. But when I came for my tour, like I was kind of like, okay, like my family's near here. Like this is kind of like checking a lot of the boxes. But that was the first time I'd ever been in Maine. And I'm going to out myself for this, but I remember walking like to the field and I look over and I'm like, oh, that is a really weird looking rock. And I tell my mom, who was with me, I was like, Mom, like, what type of rock is that? And she looked at me and goes, straight pan. She goes, Ethan, that's snow. She's like, that's snow. And I was like,
yeah, that's one of those things. I guess there's not a lot of snow in the Fort Worth area. So you would come out, you'd seen the place one time and came up, and you came up in April though. So you really hadn't seen a winter up here.
Had not ever experienced a winter.
That brings me to kind of the next thing. You grew up in Texas. What has it been like being up here? I mean, we start ball in October. You're seeing the winter up here. What's that like, and how is it for you? Because I imagine in Texas, you're able to practice outdoors year round. How's the adjustment been for you as someone who needs to keep their arm going, having to throw in the gym or having to not be able to go outside and actually throw a baseball long toss?
Yeah, the gym indoor practices was a wake up call. Let me tell you. Like they told me, they were like, oh yeah, we're indoor practices. And in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, like a miniature infield type situation.
Like adult, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're like, no, it's in the gym. And I was like, you're joking. And I was like, no, but we make it work.
Yeah.
But
no one will ever accuse a St. Joseph's practice of being unorganized or lackadaisical.
No.
To the minute schedule. And the crazy thing about it that really it didn't surprise me because I had heard great things about Coach, and so I knew him and Lincoln. I knew it was regimented. But the craziest thing is most of the time you get an agenda and you kind of go, all right, we're going to. If it said 7:30, you'd be going, well, there's no way he's going to. And at 7:29 and 59 seconds, whistle. Okay, we're doing this. I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah,
we are on schedule.
He's got timers set up. He's got things. He's got it. Efficiency
but it teaches. It's a good to talk just a little bit about St. Joseph's culture. A little. It really permeates the organization. I've never been around a group that big where everybody is on board and gets it and goes, yep, okay, yep. If you're not, I was driving a pretty long distance to get up there, and I always think, well, I'll get up there a little early. I'll beat the guys there, but I'll be there. I get there, I'm like, there are already 10 guys there. I was like, well, I'll come up a little earlier next time. So then I got to the point, I'm like, I'm going to try and be the first one there. Never happened. I was there once, an obscene amount, like an hour and a half early, and Vic was down there. Vic was in the bullpen doing play. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. I didn't even start practice for an hour and a half. But it shows two things. Guys up there love playing baseball. And I think you touched on it that, maybe, and it sucks. I talked a little bit with Kyle McKay about this, your teammate, that realization of like, okay, this might be it for me. As far as like organized, progression baseball.
Yeah.
College might be it for me. This might be where it ends. And it's a tough thing for each athlete. They handle it differently. I talked to Kyle a little bit about how my son handled it. I had a very tough time. I was like, no, it's not done. There's going to be when there wasn't, but you want it to be. But it's a group of guys who have a very good awareness about, okay, this might be it for me, but like to a man, love the game. Everybody there, like you can tell they're very passionate about. Otherwise, why in God's name would you be, hiking over to the gym at 5:30 in the morning and that kind of like? There's a level of commitment you have to have. So.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, at least, like knowing that I'll have 2 years max left, like makes me want to work harder and like show up earlier and like perform better. Like it's
you kind of know, like I may as well. Yeah, I think a lot of athletes don't see that. They don't realistically see the end. And so they don't enjoy the journey of it because they think, well, I got more, and then all of a sudden it's over. I think those are the guys that have the hard time making that transition out of where sports is the predominant part of it, just kind of living, just kind of real world living. Because for most of us that play at a college level, even a minor college level or a JUCO or anything, chances are it's taken up a major part of our life since we were 4, 5, 6 years old.
It's a huge time commitment. Yes,
it is. And with that time commitment, you become invested in it. No one's playing collegiate sports, baseball, swim, whatever it is. Or your brother, I know, plays basketball at Thomas College. Nobody playing at any of those levels has done that without this being a really important thing to them, or at least taking up a lot of time. And so it is a tough thing, I think, to make that transition out of it and kind of go, okay, like, but you said it in a great way. Knowing that and being self-aware, you look at those 2 years and go, okay, I'm not going to skip that practice. I'm not going to miss that workout because this is it. And so it might as well be awesome. And that's a great way to look at it. What's life for you looking like after school? Where's the focus, and where do you think what are you majoring in? Where do you think you might be going with it?
So I'm a marine and environmental science major.
Okay.
And so I've actually wanted to get my PhD since I've also at a very young age. Like I'm talking like 12, 13. Like I was like, oh, I want doctor in front of my name and I do not care how it happens.
Okay.
But so I've been looking at like going to grad school, like doctoral programs, but recently I've been looking at getting a master's of engineering instead of getting like a master's of marine science. Because if you do that, you can become an environmental engineer really easily.
And so, okay, same type. I got you.
Kind of same type of vibe. Like it will be something to do with environmental science. But
okay.
Yeah, more schooling after St. Joe's.
The marine part of it, I assume you're not going back home then.
No.
Not a lot of marine, unless I guess Corpus Christi and that Galveston.
I don't want to spend the next 4 years of my life in Galveston, Texas. So.
Neither do the folks there, most likely.
Exactly. But.
That's where Jack Johnson, the boxer's from, so I can't really knock it. But so before this is where the pressure comes in. We've talked about baseball stuff. This is where the pressure comes in because everyone I've talked to, I told you I've gotten the boring answers, and I had high hopes for McKay, and he let me down. I was so devastated. I had such high hopes that away from the field he led this wild life, and he's just doing laundry, reading books, and becoming the best nursing major he can become. He's just a good guy. We need that team rebel. So I don't think it's going to change with you because we're one of the nicer guys I've met. I was
going to say McKay's a lot more exciting than me. So.
Oh God. All right. Well, I got to ask it anyways. Ethan Smith. No baseball stuff here. Not on non-throwing days I do that. I'm talking non-baseball stuff. What's a day away from the field like for you?
All right. So it's going to be so boring. You're going to be so disappointed. Day away from the field. Laundry day. I get all my laundry done.
Man.
I know. And
like laundry from the night before when you partied really hard? Or just no?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Oh, you did not. My God. Even your laundry's boring, damn it.
My laundry's boring. I get homework done. I honestly, like after like laundry, homework, and I usually get a lift in.
Okay.
I've been getting really into like lifting recently. I go hang out with my teammates. You mean like
it's one of the cool things about that program. Everybody's best friend in school seems to be someone on the team. Everyone's kind of hanging out and doing stuff together. It's awesome. That's very cool.
Like I have plans to go hang out with them after this. Like it's
all right. Who are you going? Because I'm going to judge the company you're keeping. Who are you going to hang out with?
Oh God. Alex Moore. Luke Ward, Mike Ward, Dylan Brander, and Brendan McCaffrey.
Okay, there. I was going to say he just named like the 5 nicest guys in the world. Alex Moore, I love. Not only is Alex a New Hampshire guy, Henniker, New Hampshire guy, and I always love the New Hampshire guys. But when the first day I was up there, it's intimidating because you got these established players, you got guys who can play or they wouldn't be in college. And I'm coming in and, guys look at the resume, but they don't really know if you know what you're doing. And there's no trust yet. And the first dude who came up was Alex Moore. I was like, hey, welcome, coach. And I was like, all right, well, it can't be all bad. Actually, and Reese was the second guy. It was weird. Reese came up. Reese was the second guy to ever speak to me and then just never spoke to me again. I've never said another word to me again. But he was great when I got here. That was it. That was it. But yeah, you had me going there because the Warren brothers are two of the nice. Again, it's just nice guys. But then you said BCAF, and I was like, okay, so something bad could potentially happen.
Something could happen. There's always a possibility.
You're the second St. Joseph's player I've spoken to, and you're the second player where BCAF's name has come up, and it's been like, yeah, it's dicey. He's the wild card in every story.
It's a gamble. Gamble. You never know. You never know. You never know what you're going to get.
Every story I've heard so far, everyone's like, yeah, we do this, and then BCAF's around, so maybe it goes off the rails. So it's a guy I'm seeing right there. I look forward to. I'm hoping to get out. I was talking to Tim Morrow earlier, who's the assistant head coach over at Colby Sawyer. I'm hoping to get up to that one and see you guys play. But I enjoyed working with you. I think you've got one of the nastiest two-seamers I've ever seen. It's going to go places this year.
It's all thanks to you. So,
no, hey, I never thrown the thing. It looks good. I'm excited.
I remember the first time you watched one of my pens. I was like, oh, I'm trying to figure out this two-seam, and you made one minor adjustment, and I haven't changed it since. And
it looked really good. I will say that.
I mean, I throw it more than my four-seam now. So, yeah.
Really?
I throw it more than my four-seam. I feel more comfortable throwing it. Yep.
That, and so many pitchers don't. I think it's great that you have the confidence in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, I don't know if you're a golf guy at all, but every now and then you go out and play those rounds where you go, well, you don't have to be good. I'm saying but we used to do, when I played in Connecticut, when I played a lot, we said, we're going to go out today and you just got to hit 7-iron. That's it. You got to tee off with it. You got to putt with it. You got to just hit 7-iron. And it makes you start to have to master that club. Mm-hmm. I feel like not enough guys are just hit 7-iron with a four-seamer. So many guys, I got this, I got this, and I got this. And it's if you don't have that four-seam and you can't put it somewhere about where you want it, it's a tough go. So that's great you can do that. Yeah, you throw hard in that. The thing I like that you do that I was watching during fall is you would sit. A lot of guys get nervous, especially at this level, to go in on guys. And you'd be inside, middle in fastball, and then that two-seamer looks like it, and when they go to swing, the bat handle. That thing would just break at the last minute. And I remember sitting behind the plate. As a matter of fact, your brother was there. And I'm sitting behind the plate, and you've gone 2 strikes. And I was to a righty. I'm like, man, I hope he throws him the 2. And as I said it, that thing came and went, shoop. And this guy was just over the tie. So there it is, man. That's a nasty pitch. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. I really appreciate you being on. I'm sure I will see you during the season. But great talking to you. Great seeing you. All right, man. I will talk with you soon.
Thank you.